Acho que foi. Peraí. Não sei se é a minha internet que tá lenta. Ah, ok. Acho que deu certo. Hello, people from YouTube. Good morning. My name is Katiana. Today I'm your host here on Talk and Talk. And today we stay here with Sydney and Christian for discuss about comfort zone in English. Before I start with this immersion, I need to introduce a little things about who the Talk and Talk work. Talk and Talk is a platform for learn English, Spanish, Italian, Mandarin, and other languages. Here we have a good space for learn, discuss, and a new language. We have a little rules here for respect each other when the other people is speaking, and it's a good space for speak a new language. The topic today is so interesting because it's about discomfort and comfort zones in our life. Before I start, I think I need to introduce myself. My name is Katiana. I'm 41 years old. I live in Vitória, Espírito Santo. I'm an engineer. I work in the oil and gas sector with new projects in this area. I think I almost complete 3 years in Talk and Talk. For me, I started with this big challenge in last year, like a host, because the experience it's different, like a host or with a talker. And I stay here like everyone for improve my skills in English, because I needed the English in my job and my routine now. And I think it's these a little things about me. And now, please, Sydney, introduce yourself for us.
Surely. Good morning, people. I'm Sydney. Currently, I live in Belo Horizonte. I'm 39 years old. I'm an accountant. Uh, I have been working in that in accounting field for 20 years. My objective is to learn English and to stay here on Talk Talk is to improve my speaking skills and find the opportunity to work in an international company to be able to use my English day to day. In my leisure time, I like to play video games with my son or another kind of games that we can enjoy it together, to hang out with my family, to go out with them, some different places, parks, restaurants, places like that. So I think that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Sydney. And Christian, please introduce yourself for us.
Sure. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, people who follow us on YouTube. My name is Christian Jimenez. I am Bolivian. I am from Bolivia. I currently live here in Brazil, in Curitiba, Paraná. I've been living here for 2 years because I got relocated in 2022 for my job. I currently work as a tech lead for a Brazilian institute, and I'm in here as well because I need to improve my English. I really want to have the opportunity and experience of working abroad in another country, in another continent. That's why I'm here. And let me see. I'm 36 years old. I'm married. In my free time, I love watching TV with my wife when we have the time. As well, currently we are watching a soap opera, Brazilian soap opera, call it The Clone, that is in Portuguese. And it's so interesting. We are learning a lot of Brazilian slangs with that soap opera. As well, trying different food here in Brazil, in different restaurants. And cooking as well is one of my favorite, uh, my hobbies, I would say. and as well singing. I really like to sing at the church. And that's it, guys. A little bit about me.
Thank you, Christian. Guys, I think it's the time for started with the question number 1. What does the term comfort zone mean to you, Sydney?
Yeah, for me, comfort zone is more a state, a moment where some people are passing, where they are stay in certain moment, and it's most of the time it's easy. They have control all the things, and typically they do like some activities they're very familiar with for them, and there is a low risk in do it. So everyone, I think, feel like the term, feel comfort, comfortable in that zone, and most of them try to stay in that state for a long year, a long time. But but on the other hand, it I think stop the people to develop, to improve new things, to develop their knowledge, their abilities. So, in part, it can be good, but on the other hand, it can stop them to, I think, to know different things.
Thank you, Sydney. And for you, Christian?
So I think that's similar of Sydney's answer. I think that being in a place where you feel that you already can handle all of the things, where you can't see or you can't have uh, more challenging tasks. If we talk about related of our job, maybe being in a place where you already feel so familiar with everything, and yeah, I agree with that part that Sydney said about the control. When we already know everything, when we already know how to do all of the things around us, solve the problems, everything start becoming a routine, as the video said. I think that we are starting being in a comfort zone. I would, and that's my opinion. Maybe when you get used to be in a familiar place and everything goes to a routine form. That's my opinion.
I think, guys, you describe with my words about it's my words about this topic about what the Sydney can say. It's very similar. The comfort zone, it's a space when you stay comfortable. It's more easy stay in a comfortable zone, no? In a space where you know everyone, or when you stay very comfortable, but it's not. Sometimes you need you need choose a discomfort zone for improve yourself, no? Because em português, because it's more easy say these things in português. A única coisa que a gente sabe é que nada tudo é provisório, né? Tudo é passageiro. And the discomfort zone, it's sometimes it's happen a lot in our life. Uh, but I love comfort zone too. It's it's nice sometimes. And about the question number 2, can you think a time when stepping out of your comfort zone helped you learn something new? Oh, with English. I think probably probable 3 years ago, I started in one team, and the language it's English. All the meetings is in English, and with the terms of engineer. And for me, in the first meeting, I I stay in a discomfort zone totally because it's totally new and new people. It's the form of discuss the thing. It's new and it's not comfortable. And now I stay in the same team and it's not comfortable. And because of this, I looking for this space on Talk and Talk for improve my skills in English. And I think almost, I think 4 months ago, I started in one other team in Spanish. And for me, it's totally new because sometimes my mind it's totally crazy because I need to understand the things in English and in the other minute in the other person spoke in Spanish. It's guys, it's totally discomfort zone. And now I need in the next year I started with a big focus on Spanish because I need now I need to study Spanish and that it's a discomfort zone for me because the English it's a comfort zone for me. But 3 years ago it's not. It's I don't have these thoughts about English. And for you, Sydney.
Yeah, I strongly agree with you, Katian, because like here, uh, well, although I love to study English, and I think language for me is a incredible, I think, moment situation when we can improve our mind, give us different point of view. It's for me, it's I think a great opportunity, but at the same time, it's a down situation. I think, yeah, to face that challenges every day. I try to make at least on talking talk seven immersion, weekly. So well, talking talk for me is I think a friendly environment that when I see faces like your face and the Christian face, I feel more comfortable. I feel more better, happy because I already know you. But in some situations, it can be discomfort. And of course, to answer that question, even Portuguese is a kind of challenge. But I choose to stay here because I have dreams, I have objectives, goals. So the, there is no way to achieve them if uh, I don't go after it, studying and improve myself. So I have some fears to, for example, 2 or 3 years forward, I stopped to study English, but in the future, I feel some regret about it, and so I prefer to stay here and to talk as much as possible to improve my English, and yeah, that I think that it's a step out of a comfort zone for me to study to new a new language.
Thank you, Sydney. And for you, Christian.
Yeah, sure. Like you, lately I related with languages. I started being a host here in, in Talk and Talk 2 months ago. And as Saint said, I think that it's not enough just being fluent or maybe improving your abilities or your skills at speaking in English or learning new vocabulary or learning new words. It's being a person who communicates better. And in my case, I am not the kind of person who is so talkative in my daily life. When I am in a group of people, I am not the person who is always saying things or saying jokes. It's kind of difficult to me being like that. I am kind of an introvert person, but being here in Talk and Talk, it's so challenging for me because I need to lead the conversations. I need to bring different ideas that are out of the question that we bring here for the topic. So it's been so challenging for me. But I think that nowadays I am starting to be again in my comfort zone because now that I already did I think that 10 or 11 immersion in English, I am feeling more comfortable with the immersion, so I can handle everything. I can express myself better. So maybe in some more time I will be again in a comfort zone with the English immersion. So I will have to find different things for get out of my comfort zone again. Another thing that I wanted to mention was when I decided to move to another country before moving to Brazil. I was in my comfort zone in my last job because I had been working there for almost 8 years, and I had been doing almost the same things every day, and I felt really bored about it. I was so tired about doing the same things and not learning new things, new technologies, new techniques. And so I decided to move to another company. So I have to leave that company and starting a lot of new technologies for finding a new job because I was becoming so obsolete as software developer. So that time I had to when I had to go out of my comfort zone again. It was kind of tricky at the beginning, but as the video said, you feel really good when you finish when you see yourself after that step out that was going out of your comfort zone.
I I agree. I totally agree with you, Christian. And I remember my first immersion on Talk and Talk like a talker. No, it's in the first week. Oh, I have butterflies in my stomach. And after 2 months, it's more easy, and now it's more easy. And I remember when I participate in one immersion in the Spanish, I frozen. Eu congelei with Spanish. And after one time it's more comfortable. And I read a book. It's a very good book. In Portuguese, the name of this book is O Poder do Hábito. And this actor explained about the power of the habit in our routine, and explain about how the rádios colocam uma música assim na top list, how one thing, how you transform one thing in one habit. And this actor, esse autor explain about the topics in marketing, in routine. And it's so interesting because, for example, with a language, for us, when we put in our routine, it's more easy. And I think it's more, and after one time, it's more comfortable because your mind understand that thing, it's part of your routine in your life. And it's the power of the habit. And this book, it's so interesting, and explain about this little topic about comfort zone, and about how important it's the movement, stay in movement. And it's interesting. It's a good book for read. uh, I jump now for the question number 4, guys. How do modern convenience like online shopping and food delivery impact our habit to handle challenges? Because it's comfortable now, receive the food in front of our house. It's a very comfort habit. And in the past, when you compare, for example, I have I wish a pizza. Oh, you go to a pizzeria and you need to use your car, you need to go in middle of the traffic, and okay, and you need to looking for a table for city. But now with iFood, it's more comfortable because in few minutes you receive a comfort in our house. It's more easy. What do you think about this, Sydney?
Yeah, I think interesting question. When you think that, like said, some maybe at one day, decade ago, we didn't have that kind of technology in favor of us, and now that things can help us in different way, and we can buy our things globally. We can compare the price, for example, go to the AliExpress, to the Shopee, and try to see. I already I start to search the gift to my son in the Child's Day, and I compare the price here in some place locally in the AliExpress, and my wife and I decided to buy it the AliExpress. Yeah, but we need to organize it and buy it previously. I think maybe 1 month before or 3 weeks, because it normally the time to get it is more than another place, another sites or ways. But we can save, yeah, doing it, we can save time, I think money and energy as well. Time and energy because that delivery can deliver can deliver that things in your house. Another thing is the accessibility. Some people have problem, their physical disability to move. They have some, yeah, problems to move normally, and there are also people who live in remote areas. I think now because some vehicles like motorcycles, maybe in drone is not possible yet in Brazil to deliver it, but yes, they can have their purchases using that technology. But for me, some negative impact about it is the people try to accustom to use it very much, and I think it can impact in their improvement. I don't know, because they are relying on so much in that technology, and if we sometimes stop or some bug affect it, it can be difficult. Not difficult for it can be difficult for them to manage it, and also for their lives their lives as well, the normal routine. For example, ChatGPT. I knew some friends that they are using ChatGPT only just to write an email. So I think now, if they need to, I think, to make a test exam and to write something with a pencil, they will be difficult to do it, because I think they reduce their ability to think by themselves, because ChatGPT, they are used ChatGPT so much that they are not use their own ability, their own knowledge to do it. That's it.
I agree with you. I agree a lot. And for you, Christian, about the question number
But I think that,
4.
yeah, I think that, okay. So, in my personal opinion, I think that there are a negative impact with this kind of application. Obviously, we can mention a lot of benefits that maybe we can get our food easily, we can pay from our cell phones, we can save time just using this kind of applications, and it became our lives easier than before than the that times before. So, but some negatives impact that I can mention is that maybe we don't interact with people anymore. I think that that interaction can change has changed so much during the time. That's why nowadays children or the new generation, they don't have that kind of communication skills that others had, that the others generation had in the past. Nowadays I can see even me, it's for me it's kind of difficult to go to the cashier when I go to a shop, to a how can I say it, Praça de Comidas. I don't know how to say that in English, but when I go to the cashier to complain about maybe they did my order wrong, or maybe they missed something in my order, for me, even in nowadays, it's kind of difficult to complain in Spanish and in Portuguese. Imagine that in other language. It can be even more difficult. I know people who don't who cannot do that. And I think that just being with an application and talking with a machine and or chatting with that other person without being the face of them, this is affecting negatively to person, and we are becoming more introvert people indirectly, um, because we are creating that habit that just being talking with a machine and not with a real people, and when we had to face that kind of challenges, we cannot handle that anymore, because as I already said, we are just speaking with machines. And as Sinead said, he did a good point about ChatGPT, about technology nowadays. That happens in, I think, in any part of our routine nowadays. In my job, it's so easy to, when you are working, to find the some resources already done on internet, even with ChatGPT or with other tools that we have nowadays. There are a lot of developers that they are not developers because they just learn how to copy and paste the code. And if you put them in a real test, you realize that they don't know what they are doing. They just learn how to find the information and use it in their ways. So I there are a lot of benefits, but there are a lot of negative impact that it can bring, and technology has brought to our lives.
I completely agree with you guys because uh it's sometimes the technology it's a trap, no? Gatilho, né? Uma armadilha. Because, for example, this new generation don't understand the time for the things. I share with I think I share it's share with you guys a experience who I do with my daughter. During the pandemic, I stay with my family in a small farm in situ, and how do you say? I don't remember plantar in English, but I eu plantei uma horta com a minha filha, alface, beterraba, cenoura, and thank you, Christian. I seed a different plants, and my daughter see the time for the things grow, And it's so interesting because my daughter said, "No, mommy, we need time for the things." And yes, I explain about the things because this generation don't understand the process. The process sometimes hurt for different things in our life, for for plantar, learn a new language, learn a new topic or a new job, a new profession, or a new everything in our life. And the person sometimes don't have the patient, não tem paciência para esperar mesmo. And everyone go to the chat GPT and look at the same thoughts about the same thing. Everyone think it's similar. It's crazy because everyone is unique. And understand about the process for the things is part of understand about the discomfort, the necessity of discomfort zone. Now I think it's time for move on for the other question. Peraí, gente, a mamãe tá dando imersão aqui, filho. Peraí, gente, até me perdi aqui. About the question number 5 and the number 6. Aí eu vou botar as duas juntas. What are some benefits of putting yourself in comfortable situations? And how do you decide when it's worth it leave your comfort zone? Christian, about the question number 6 and the number 5 and 6.
So, in my personal opinion, it's kind of difficult to really decide. Okay, tomorrow I'm gonna go out of my comfort zone because I think that it happens with everybody here. We don't like to go out of our comfort zone because we feel uncomfortable. I think that the best way of doing that is maybe just expose yourself to these situations. For example, nowadays I am feeling that I am again in my comfort zone in my current job because I am not enjoying doing my current job anymore. I think that it's getting me stressing. I think that I get angry easily, and there are some signs that I am not maybe in a project or in a place that I want to be because it's not healthy for me being in that mood, you know. And as well, I am finding that it's not any more challenging for me. So maybe I am again in my comfort zone in my current job. And so how I decide to do is when I start feeling like that, maybe when my job is not meaningful for me, and now I am trying to find a new job. So I started applying to different jobs abroad. And so with that, I am doing that a step ahead and trying to go out of my comfort zone. Obviously, I will have to face a lot of challenges with interviews, technical challenges that are sometimes so complicated. But maybe when you try to do different things for your goodwill, and maybe that's the time that you start going out of your comfort zone. The next question was how do you say what skills ability? Ah, okay. Another benefit that I think it's going out of your comfort zone is that you discover new things about yourself that don't yet that you didn't before. And it's so uh, gratificante. I don't know how to say gratificante in English. I think that you feel really good when you finish that maybe task or that's something that you started just because you wanted to go out of your comfort zone, and you realize at one time that you already overcame that situation, and you discovered that you always all of this time you were capable to do different things that you never thought before. that feeling, it's so good. I already felt a lot of time that kind of feeling, and I want to feel the same thing again because that makes you feel so, I would say, powerful, and you think that you can do whatever you want, or whatever is your achievement or your goal. You just have to work hard, and you will do it someday. I think that that's it for me.
Good answer. And Sidney, is your time now?
Yeah, I'm sorry, people. I stopped my video because my internet was slow. So yeah, I think one of the benefits uh, for me is to build my confidence. And when we need that situation and we succeed it makes us feel better and confident with our abilities. It's interesting because I know a lot of people who are very capable to get excellent jobs, excellent salaries, but they don't have enough confidence in themselves, their abilities. They have afraid to put in a uh, unknown situation. I think in to get to uh, to get out of their comfort zone. And I already I took a job vacancy in a company who with a good salary, who there are many people they are more capable than me, but they decide not to take that job because they had some fears. But it helped me a lot in my routine, in the things I developed there. I think another thing is when we are in a company and we decide to do our best, we need to face some problems. For example, I have problems to speak to the public, but sometimes I need to do that. I need to present some information to the partners, to in some meetings, and it's it kind of thing is of course I doing that things. I also build my networking with new people, and I can learn new skills with it. Some people avoid to do that, but they still in the same situation. They don't improve themselves and continue to do the same things in the same level, and that things and that's why they can find a new opportunity, professional opportunity. And also a new thing is about to encourage creativity when we are in a situation and in the conflict situation, we need to find different ways to solve problems or to do things in a way that we can save time and energy. So every moment we need to when we stay in the same position, a comfort zone, we do the things the same way every moment we need, and we don't have that opportunity to think outside the box. I think that's the income. So that's it. It's my opinion.
Thank you, Sidney. I think we have time for one more question. More, it's a short. Uh, the question number 9, because it's more easy for answer. How do you personally challenge yourself to grow and develop? Christian.
So, I would say that trying to find challenging tasks, like doing interviews. So I'm gonna have to face a new interview in a couple of weeks. So that's the way that I normally challenge myself, and I expose myself to new things. So in that period of time, I have to study that kind of interviews motivates me to improve different skills, technical, as well my skills in communication. So it's a complete challenge for me for going out of my comfort zone. Maybe as well trying new things related with languages. I try to go to different group of friends of people who speak English and try to speak in English with them personally in person, because it in my personal opinion it's so different being here on Zoom talking in English than being in a real group of people talking in another language. So I try to do that, and in fact I am trying to I am sending my CV to different countries like Belgium, France, and Canada, and I would like to have an interview in French, because nowadays I am learning French, and I feel that I am ready to do an interview in French. That's my personal opinion. I'm not sure if I am ready, but I will see. If I was really ready to do that when that interview happens. But that's the way that I challenge myself, and I create some motivation and an impulse for in my professional life. That's the way that I normally do that.
Nice, Christian. And you, Sydney?
I think Christian said many things interesting. I think try to face the real world situation. Like he said, doing interviews is a good thing. Although it's a very challenging situation, even in your mother tongue, we need to train a lot. And to speak by ourselves is very difficult, and try to sell ourselves to the company and to sell that we will solve, we will try at least, yes, at least to try to solve their problems and their situations with staff. It's very tough. But yeah, I think try to do that things. For example, in my company, my work, I try to make a different reports, or try to see different point of view of the numbers of the things, and the make try to uh, I don't know. For example, I have some, for example, the invoice of the company. I try to compare the government system with my software with some spreadsheet, and compare the 30 numbers that I can find. I think a different scenario for the company. I don't know, maybe try to find some problem in the future, about the cash flow, about the demand, the budget. So yeah, I think try to put what you are learning in a real situation. Like Christian said, participate in some immersion, some group. It's also, I think, a good example.
And the Christian go to the other immersion, and I think it's the time for say bye-bye for
Mhm.
everyone on